welcome back to Fiona's Food, and I've got a Christmassy video for you guys today. I am going to be making a Yule log. So as you guys can see from the title and the thumbnail and everything, this is not my Yule log recipe. It is actually from Tanya Burr's cookbook, Tanya Bakes. So the reason I'm using someone else's recipe in this video is because most of my recipes, most of the stuff that I've shown you guys on this channel, is stuff that I have taken from my family or friends or things that I have adapted to make my own. Whereas when it comes to Christmas time, I don't actually have that many bakes in my personal repertoire. So until recently, my family never celebrated a traditional Christmas. So because of that, I don't have that many Christmas recipes that are my own. So what I thought I would do would be use a recipe that I thought would work really well from someone who I look up to on YouTube, and I would just give her recipe a go. If you guys are a fan of Tanya Burr, then I'm sure you all know that her baking videos are really cool, and also her husband Jim Chapman also makes baking videos, and he in fact actually recently made this Yule log that I made today. And if any of you saw the video, it did not go that well. So I am basically hoping that I can do it better than him. No, I just wanted to give it a go and share it with you guys. So here is the recipe. I hope you guys like the video. I'm going to link Tanya Burr's book, Tanya Bakes, in the description below, and I will also link Jim Chapman's video where he made this Yule log. Please don't forget to subscribe to Fiona's Food, like this video, comment, all the things. Let me know what you guys want me to bake in the future, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye bye. I've got my Tanya Bakes book here ready on the Yule log, so I'm just going to put that down here, but I have already measured my ingredients, so I'll let you know what they are. You are going to need 4 eggs, 60 grams of self-raising flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder, and 140 grams of golden caster sugar. You're also going to need a Swiss roll tin, or a shallow baking tray that's been lined with greaseproof paper I have stuck down with some butter. So like I said, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, this is not my recipe, this is Tanya Burr's recipe from her book Tanya Bakes. So I'm going to be using this recipe. Don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to claim this as my own. So let's get started. First thing is preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, so I'm just going to go do that. Right, so what do I say? Whisk the eggs and sugar together. Okay, so I'll put the sugar in first. So that's the golden caster sugar, and then 4 large eggs. 1. You know what I really wish I was good at? I wish I could do the whole cracking the egg with one hand thing, which I can't do, and I'm not going to attempt now. So I'm going to use a electric mixer just because you need to really get this fluffy and airy, and that's going to take a really long time to do that by hand. So I'm going to use this. Right, I think that's probably done. I wonder if I can show you guys without tilting it all out. Probably not. Basically, it's super airy, there's tons of bubbles. It's almost doubled in size. So the next step is to sift the flour and cocoa powder into the egg and mix until smooth and combined. So I've got to get a sieve, so be right back. Right, so I've got my sieve, so now I'm going to add my flour and cocoa powder. So I'll add my flour first and the cocoa powder. Right, so I'm just going to use a spatula to mix all that together because I don't want to use the mixer again because I put all that air in and I don't want to knock all the air out. So we're actually just going to fold this in. Once that is all completely mixed together, you make sure you've got no little bubbles or pockets of flour or cocoa powder. We're going to, yes, pour it into the Swiss roll tin. Make sure you scrape the bowl, get all of that lovely batter. I'm going to get this all over my white jumper, aren't I? This is not very good spatula. It doesn't spatula very well. I'm just going to spread it so it's completely covers the whole tin. Once it's all spread out in the tin, we're going to bake it. So we're going to put that in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go do that now. The next thing we're going to do is make the ganache. In Tanya Bakes' book, she has put 250 millilitres of double cream and 250 grams of dark chocolate. I'm actually going to do a little bit more, so I'm going to do 300 and 300, just because I'm going to pipe mine on instead of spread it on, which is what she does. And the reason I'm doing a bit more is because I normally feel like when you pipe stuff, things like buttercream and ganache doesn't go quite as far as if you're spreading it. So to make the ganache, it's really easy. I'm just going to do it the way that I normally do it and not the way that Tanya Bakes does it in her book. But I mean, if you want to do it that way, that's completely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat the cream in a saucepan, put my chocolate in the bowl, and then once my cream is heated, so when it starts bubbling around the edges of the pan, I'm going to pour the cream over the chocolate, leave it to sit for a minute just to sort of let it heat up in the bowl, and then whisk it together. The way that Tanya does it is she adds the chocolate to the hot cream, which you can do as well, but I'm just going to do it the way that I always do it. So I'm just going to heat up my cream now, and then while that's heating up, I'm going to pour my chocolate, break my chocolate into this bowl, and then add, you'll see in a second. And while that's doing that, I'm just going to break my chocolate. Cream is bubbling, so I'm just going to pour it over the chocolate. And then I'm just going to put this plate on the top. That's going to keep the heat in. Right, so that is a sponge ready, and now we're going to roll it. So the mistake that Jim made in his video is that he waited until the cake had cooled to roll it, and that is sort of basically the reason that it didn't work. So I'm going to get another piece of greaseproof paper, tip this out on top of it, and then roll it. Right, boom, it please guys. Smooth. Right. This is worked. Come on. Come on, come out the tray. Right. Knife. Right. There we go. It's out. Okay, here we go. There we go. Tiny little chunk came off, but other than that, it's fine. It's got a shallow line 2 centimeters from the bottom of the sponge, taking care not to cut all the way through. Okay, right, so I think we're going to roll it lengthways, because I think if we roll it this way, it's just going to be like a short, fat log. We don't want a short, fat log, we want like a longer, thin one. So let's put the broken bit in the middle. So 2 centimeters is like that, I think. Okay, so oh no, they're breaking. This is already going wrong. Let's do this quick. So I'm using the greaseproof paper to help me roll, just because I feel like it's going to help not break things. Is that rolled? Yay, we have a roll! We have a roll and we don't have any breakages. Leave to cool completely in this position. Right, back to the ganache. So the hot cream has sat in the chocolate for a while, so I'm just going to mix all that together. But keep mixing that until it comes together, and it'll look like this. We do need this to cool though, so once that's done, we're going to put it to one side, and then we're going to whisk the cream, which is going to go on the inside. The next step is to whip the double cream into soft peaks. I'm going to do that. I've got 250 ml of double cream in this bowl, and I'm just going to whisk it. And I'm using electric whisk because I'm lazy. So here we go. I forgot to turn the plug on, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so next step, we're going to fill the Yule log with the cream. So it's cooled completely. So I'm going to unroll it. So I'm just using a palette knife. And I'm just going to spread this on. Okay, so now I'm going to roll it back up again. I'm going to do what I did before and use the greaseproof paper to roll it. think that has worked. So as you can see, I have cut the long Yule log into 2 pieces, and I've put the other piece, the smaller piece here, just so it looks a little bit more like an actual log, with like a branch coming out. And now I'm going to take my ganache, which I put into a piping bag with like a star nozzle, and I'm going to use this to pipe on my ganache. So the reason I'm doing it this way and not the way that Tanya Burr does it in her book is just because I find it a bit easier with a piping bag. If you find it easier just spreading it on using a spatula, then go for it, you do it that way. Do lines all the way down to the end. So when it comes to this added bit, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to go that way. And then on the ends, I'm just going to do like almost like a swirl with my ganache. So, okay, and then the last bit is we're going to sprinkle some icing sugar over it so it looks a bit like snow. So I've just got a little it's a tea strainer and some icing sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle the snow over the top. And that is the finished Yule log.